98. Polar.
Understand this paranoia. No one comprehends my anxiety. Every day I wish that I was normal, but they don't understand in diary.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're back. We're live. I told you, new logo, new interest music, and our first interview back in a very long time. Things have been getting pretty crazy with the network. Now that my work schedule has been a lot better, not working nights, I'm able to do interviews and bring back all the rest of the great shows on the IwEP network. You can check us out live on Tuesdays between Truth Behind Illusion and Not Cool in High School, every Thursday with Tornado Tag Podcast, and then the rest of the great shows, Higher with Other Words, Stoned and Nerdy, as well as Welcome Back and Banging Beers Podcast. So there's going to be a little bit of a crossover between Banging Beers and Interviews with Everyday People because we have a really cool event coming up in Pottsville. But first, we want to thank our sponsor up in the corner here, over there, above your head, Angie. Abaddon Tattoo Studio, a unique professional experience nestled in the small town of Pine Grove, Pennsylvania, and now their new location in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. They provide high-quality tattoos and piercings in a relaxed, professional, and sterile environment. And then also, we want to thank our Patreon members. So we do have a Patreon. It's just general support right now. Just anything if you can do to help us out. It's a little monthly subscription. It's $1, $5, or whatever you want to do. And as I load it, all the names disappeared. That's happened when you go live, right? I'll get back to those in a moment. But yeah, you can sign up for that as well as the links below. We have a brand new website you can check out for every page as well as the network. And then also merchandise. If you want to wear my silly face on your t-shirt, you can do that. But yes, Tommy B, the Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop, Higher with Other Words, Jay, and Austin Blackwell. So we want to thank everyone for their support and on the Patreon, as well as the people who just recently bought the new logo, the new t-shirt. So thank you so much. That was done by local artist Haley Stokes, who's an amazing local artist, as well as our intro music by Yeti, who is a local rapper out of Monty City, Pennsylvania. So we always try to help out our local business. And speaking of our local businesses and people doing awesome things in the area, I'd like to welcome Angie to the show. What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I almost knocked over my beer. Turn me up a little bit here.
Nice to be talking to you.
Yeah.
Very excited to fill you in on the Oktoberfest, first ever.
The first ever Pottsville Oktoberfest.
Yes. Bringing a little bit of German culture back to Schuylkill County.
Awesome. So you're part of the I almost said it wrong again, but the Pottsville Business Association.
Correct.
I know there's a few of them going on, right?
Correct.
Yes.
We're the Pottsville Business Association. We are basically what the name states, local business people working together. We meet on the first Thursday of every month is our board meeting. Second Thursday is our general membership meeting. Of course, COVID had a little funky. We didn't meet for a while. Then we did some Zoom calls and finally worked out the bugs with that. But we are back. We are back meeting. We meet at the Chamber of Commerce building.
Awesome. Well, I want to hats off to you and your team, as well as the other people that are involved in making Pottsville just an awesome place to be. All the local businesses that have been popping up, all the awesome events like we're about to experience here on the 9th, as well as everything else happening in Pottsville. There's so much cool stuff to do, and that's all because of the hard work that your team puts in, as well as the other business teams in Pottsville. And I think it really sparks the other towns to do the same thing, which is super exciting. Do we lose you? Oh, did we lose her? Can you hear us? Can you hear?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it froze a few times there.
That's okay. Yeah, so I was pretty much just saying all the awesome stuff is going on in the area, and when, personally, I thank you because it's really fun to experience more things in Schuylkill County to do.
Yes. And as I said to you earlier, a lot of people had questioned why we were running this the same day as the Lager Jogger. Well, the number of people that attend that event, there's thousands. You know, I don't know the exact number, but we want to bring people downtown, have them stay, have them experience Pottsville. You know, we have a lot of great people that live and work in the city. A lot of great people that visit the city. I like to think we're a friendly little city.
Yeah.
but so let me tell you about Oktoberfest.
Awesome. Let's go into it.
It's going to be this Saturday, October 9th, from 12 to 6 on North Center Street, like I told you earlier. For those who aren't familiar with North Center Street, if they're familiar where the old Wells Fargo building was, all the way up to the Park Hotel or the former Greystone.
Yep.
So
if where School County Brewfest is, where the Yinglings event ended, that whole section of town.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're saying up by where Abaddon is, so the corner where Abaddon and the new distillery is gonna not distillery. I don't know what they call it. The dispensary, the new dispensary, where the bank, and in between there you'll have the Crimson House, Pilgaroo. Just trying to think of other businesses. The bakery
Millie's is there. The bakery is there.
Yep. Majestic. So a lot of cool things in that little block on top of everything else that's going on that day.
And those 2 blocks are going to be lined with our vendors. I believe we have like maybe 19, 20 vendors, food trucks. We have Mackenzie's Crystals and Crafts, Beating Edge Designs. They'll be there. We have the block of art that is going to be there. They're going to have a craft tent for the children. That's actually going to be in front of Lisa's Floral and Senator Argle's office. That's going to be from 1 to 3. That's free for the kids and the families. So they're going to be able to chances to draw chalk art or, around the tent, have some fun festivities for the kids. And I said to you earlier, we really want this to be a family event. So when we move up, the band on the
a little bit of connection issues there. I think we lost her. Can we hear you? Can you hear us? I think you froze again.
Hear you.
You can hear us? You're chopping in and out. Just I want to make sure you're good here.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, what you were saying before with the block of art was the last thing we really heard, and then it kind of froze out.
Yeah, the block of art's going to be down by Senator Argle's office. It's to be up by Mama Millie's the IwEP section.
Unfortunately, I think we lost her again here. So a lot of local businesses going to be food trucks. What she was saying before, but before it cut out, I want to just stress to the people too. This is not just an Oktoberfest, what you're used to when you go to like a German style Oktoberfest, and it's just geared towards beer. So if you're coming to Oktoberfest more from our banging beer side, it's not gonna be it's for the whole family. Everyone can be involved. She was saying there's going to be block of art. There's going to be arts and crafts for kids to do, filled with vendors from local businesses in the area, as well as entertainment, music, food trucks. Do we have you back? Yeah, it's still chopping in and out. You might have to close out the thing and jump back in on your phone.
Well, let's try it.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, there will be if you are looking for the beer aspect, though, there will be a Yuengling tent that will be serving Flight, Oktoberfest, regular Yuengling, as well as Miller Lite, and then it will be on the same block as Pilgaroo, and you can check out their beer as well. They just brewed a Oktoberfest as well. So if you are coming for the beer aspect, there is that's still there, but it is a family-friendly event for everyone, and it's the first ever time doing it, so it's gonna be a lot of fun to dive into that and experience it. She just stepped away for a second. She's having some connection issues. So I'll try to fill some time here until she bounces back in. The live chat is open. So if you want to type in things you're excited for, or if you're looking forward to it. So the Lager Jog will be happening first. And that I'm not exactly sure the map. You know me, I don't run. But so as soon as the Lager Jog is over, there's a whole bunch of things you can do there. Usually there's some bars that have music going and some bands playing. And then following that, you can head down to North Center Street between the old bank and where Greystone used to be. And that'll be lined up with vendors and and all this fun Oktoberfest stuff. Yeah. And that we'll just kind of give the rundown of the event here again. It will be North Center Street, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. It will be running from 12 to 6 p.m. Oh, let's see if she's back here. Hey.
I move locations.
Awesome. Okay, I was trying to fill some dead air. I was telling some stuff, but let's get back into the vendors you were talking about.
Okay, so we're going to have Bill Sugars with Here Piggy Piggy, his pulled pork wagon. There's another smoked wagon that's going to be there. Carla Bevan from Bums Rush. IwEP is going to be there with 2 food trucks. They're the ones that do like the real good, yummy, not so healthy stuff.
Yeah. Well, listen, I've every time I see Here Piggy Piggy somewhere, I run right to it because their food's always amazing.
Just Roll and Egg Roll. Theirs is going to be there. These food vendors you cannot go wrong with. Come hungry, and even if you don't come hungry, you're going to leave full and you're going to leave fat.
That's how we like it here.
That and the beer. Beers on tap. We are not going to have just beer vendors there. We are going to have a beer garden. So that is going to be in front of where Bliss Salon is and the Schuylkill County Historical Society. So the beer garden will be set up there. 4 beers on tap. Of course, Yingling Oktoberfest, Yingling Flight, Yingling Lager.
There's a little Oktoberfest here for you. Yingling, please come on the show. Jeez. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And Miller Lite.
Awesome. Maybe we'll give Miller Lite the pass. I know some people aren't, they like their Miller Lite, and listen, it's okay to be wrong, but when you got all that amazing Yingling products and 2 craft breweries in town,
yes,
you can pass on Miller Lite for the day.
Yes, definitely. Back when we were saying about the kids and the children, and this also applies to the adults and the young at heart, we are going to have a photo stand and archway, huge balloon archway that'll be there, that'll offer possibilities for some pictures. If the most unique photograph that's submitted to the Pottsville Business Association Facebook page, they are eligible to win, or hopefully will win, a $50 gift card.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Majestic Theater will be open. Lisa's going to have some stuff set up outside as far as art, like an art show that's available. The candy store. So if you don't get enough sweets on the street with the vendors, venture in there. We're going to have, was it Mackenzie's Crystals and Crafts, and then Beating Edge Designs. They'll be there. I'm not sure if because I think that's where we got cut out, like with the band.
Yep.
So I am super, super, super excited for this band because I had the opportunity to see them 2 weekends ago down here in Jersey at the Mud Hen Brewing Company. Their name is Doppelganger. Matt Dorenzo, who's one of my fellow board members and committee members, he was able to procure this band 2 years ago before the pandemic. And of course, with the pandemic, we couldn't have the actual Oktoberfest when we wanted to, so we pushed it to this year. Well, it turns out they were booked for October 9th. They changed their schedule just for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what style of music, what can we expect from Doppelganger?
German music. As I told you earlier, take your polka band and kind of like kick it up a notch. I wish I could share with your audience the music that they played. They had everybody up and dancing and having a good time. It was funny because I actually introduced myself to them and they said they're super excited to come to Pottsville because they've never been to Pottsville before.
They'll have a great time. There's a lot of fun things to do.
Yeah.
They can, you say we have all those food vendors. There's 2 tattoo places. They can leave with a memory.
Yeah. But no, they're super excited. And so the band is actually going to be where I believe it's Arch Street, where the Arch Street parking lot is, where Mama Millie's is, and Bliss Salon.
Oh,
so
cool.
Right there. And we're going to have the band kind of face down at an angle. The Schuylkill County Historical Society, they were gracious enough to lend us their side lot. It used to be the old grammar school playground.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the VIP section will be.
Oh, cool.
So we have ton of VIP sponsors. If I could give a shout out to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's rattle them off.
So the VIP sponsors, Bob Klinger, State Farm Agency, Christina Hale for judge, and Chris Hobbs for judge, Continued Progress Project, DeCello Chiropractic, Heim Construction, James E. Humphrey Funeral Home, Salon KL, Skin Art, Stout Orthopedics, Tobash Insurance Agencies, and Wiener Iron and Metal.
Awesome.
So let's kind of go back with the beer garden if we can. We have a limited number of 22-ounce reusable mugs that are available. They're $8 and they include 1 beer ticket. Refills for that mug are $4. Lager Jogger participants, we didn't leave them out because they get their mug. They get a mug from the Lager Jogger.
Yeah.
So they are able to use that mug down at the Oktoberfest.
There you go. So go for a jog, then come down and get some good beer.
Exactly. And they get the same refill price. For those who don't want their mugs, 16-ounce cups of beer will also be available for $3 each.
Cool. Now, when you say a beer garden, you're only designated to stay inside the beer garden so you can't walk.
No.
Okay.
No. And of course, for liability reasons and safety reasons. The reusable event mugs were sponsored by my company where I work. I'm a funeral director. So I work with Schlitzer Allen Pugh Funeral Home, and we want everybody to make sure not to drink and drive. So we did put that on the mug.
Absolutely. Yeah. Be responsible.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You can never be too safe. It's good. It's nice to have fun, but.
And there are like ride transportations. I know we don't have a lot in the area because we don't have the huge population, but there are Uber drivers. There are the Skook rides, I believe, is still a thing. Correct. And if not, bring someone who can be a DD.
Yeah,
do the right
bring
thing.
a designated driver, and guess what? Get them a gift card for somewhere for just being your friend and being
absolutely.
A DD. Hey, get a gift card from Downtown Business Association.
There you go.
Awesome.
So what sparked you guys to do an Oktoberfest?
It was actually presented to us by Yuengling. And then things changed a little bit along the way. And then they decided to do their Lager Jogger. Mm-hmm. And we just thought it would be great if we kept the idea.
Yeah.
It kind of replaces the Pottsville on tap a little bit, but you need something in October. October is just, it's a great month. And the traditional Oktoberfest is held in September, but we just couldn't get it in September.
Yeah.
So
I personally like when it's a little later in the season because it's not as hot. It's a little chilly.
The leaves are changing.
You can wear a hoodie. Something about walking around downtown Pottsville or any local town when you're your hoodie on. It's just comfortable. It's the best time of the year for me anyway.
So, before I forget, I do have to give out 2 other shout outs.
Absolutely.
Because our band and stage, we thank tremendously Explore Schuylkill. That would be Regina Gargano. Her company was gracious enough to co-sponsor that along with Jack Rich.
Oh, great.
And then the Pottsville Republican, they did a huge advertising sponsor for us, which also hit the internet too. And then the Beer Garden, we're so grateful for Dr. Sadowski with Sadowski Orthodontics and the CACL Federal Credit Union.
My bank.
So yeah,
Get 'em.
I mean, it was very tough, and we have a lot of local, little businesses that were gracious enough to give us, this stuff doesn't happen overnight, and it just doesn't happen if you click your heels. You need funds. And especially with the pandemic, a lot of businesses were hurting, but we all pulled together and we did it.
Absolutely. And I'm really happy that you guys reached out because I may not have a lot of money. I'm just a Schuylkill County guy just doing a podcast, but I enjoy that I can be a part of some type of media or some type of information out to people to go experience these things. And for you to even recognize that I exist is pretty cool. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Becky had told us, so I was pretty anxious to do it. Everybody's schedule was a little busy. So thank you for fitting me in now because I had some things going this morning and then the drive down here.
Yeah.
But But yeah, so
We were supposed to do on location at a really fun place, but I had to go get COVID tested, and I didn't want to. I'm fine, but I just didn't want to take any risks, like
yeah,
because I knew somebody who was around someone who was infected, and they tested positive, and I was like, well, if I was with you all day, I want to make sure I'm good. I don't
yeah.
want to give it to anybody else, so I just had to throw a little curveball there. We would have done this in person, but maybe next time. And I'm sure you guys have a lot of other cool events lined up or planned, right?
Yeah, well, at the end of the month, please come down to Pottsville for I believe it's the 26th is the Halloween parade, which
Mhm.
is really nice because they go downtown and then they give over 600 children little baggies of candy at the end.
Nice.
So
Are you involved in the ghost walk stuff that happens?
we are not. We are not. I believe that's with the Historical Society.
Yeah.
I personally would love to do one of those because Pottsville has such a rich history
I
that
love how they
people,
have the courthouse lit up all purple.
I believe that's for suicide prevention.
Yeah,
So, yeah, but it looks cool.
it
Um,
does.
so, but no, I mean, my committee, we have a great group of people between Matt Dorenzo, Kimberly Lee Switch, Becky White from the library, Emil Ferrio, and Jimmy Humphrey. And then we actually had somebody that came on board who's not even a business person, but she just has the energy. And she helped us tremendously. Denise Klinger, she's just a wonderful, wonderful asset. So you don't have to be a business owner to be a member of Pottsville Business Association.
Just have passion.
Yeah. Just
Want to make your area better, you know,
yes.
and like I said, all those great people, like local business that we talked about that are all volunteering there, like volunteering or donating money and coming out and setting up vendor spots is awesome to see. Like I wish we would not get rid of block parties, right? Because I love block parties. That's like our thing.
Oh, that's
But
our
I
heritage.
love when we do stuff like this too. We shut down a couple blocks and we have like all the vendors and stuff come in, and that's kind of transformed a little bit of the block parties too, where you have more vendors come in and people bring food trucks to block parties on top of what everything else is going on, and it's really
Right.
cool to see just everyone kind of come together and support local business and local people.
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're exactly right. I mean, I think it takes a lot to pull a block party off just because the fire companies aren't like they used to be. You don't
No,
have the
they're struggling real
volunteers.
hard for members and everything.
Yeah. And even the churches, our churches don't have the people anymore. Those old has my ethnicity would call them the old Stada Babas would be there making the pierogies and
Yeah.
rolling the halupki and stuff. We don't have that, you know. My parents they just retired and there's no time in the day.
I think what happens, and this is not the older generation trashing on the younger generation, but I feel like me growing up and growing up and experiencing all these block parties and experience these volunteerism and experiencing people taking time out of their day to make sure these things keep going. I think a lot of those younger generations just kind of took it for granted. And then
Yes.
now the older generation can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And
You're
the next
exactly
generation
right.
has to step up and be like, hey, if this made me feel great as a kid growing up, now it's our turn to volunteer and get in there and make these things happen again.
And you meet a lot of great people when you do it. I mean, I volunteered with my children at their schools, you know, Ukrainian Day and all, and you meet a lot of really cool people that come back just for it. And if everybody just gives 2 hours,
Yeah.
or even an hour of their time, you know, that's 1 hour less than somebody else has to give. So hey, if
They're
anybody
definitely
wants
the
to,
unsung heroes of block parties and
Yeah.
festivals like this that happen in the area. If you go and it's like a 3-day block party and you see the same person behind that grill frying all day, I'm telling you
all
that
day.
person's not making a thing, and he's doing it because he knows that
Passion.
or he or she is having a good time at this event, and they dedicate their time so you can do that.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
a heck of a time getting volunteers. So if anybody wants to volunteer out there, you get a free T-shirt.
There you go.
You know?
So
Hey.
some of the other hosts that are with this, I just kind of look at the Facebook page. Explore Schuylkill, what you said.
Yep.
They do have a Facebook page. Unfortunately, I didn't link them below, but I definitely will follow them. Another one, Things to Do Around Schuylkill County, which is another great Facebook page. Schuylkill Cal, which is I believe that's the bank's page, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, and then the Downtown Pottsville page, as well as the Pottsville Business Association page.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
Actually, that
yeah,
photo is that above the gravestone?
what was that? The
Business Association banner. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the gravestone. Yep.
It might be.
Yeah. My buddy's old apartment.
Okay. It's a cool building, and Bill has taken that over. He's going to put his restaurant in there.
I know that is so. I mean, the gravestone always has a special spot in my heart, but now that the Here Piggy Truck is putting a business inside there. That's super exciting.
Yeah, it's so like I said to you earlier, I mean, we had quite a few businesses that opened up in downtown Pottsville and in Pottsville in general during the pandemic. Those
Yes.
business owners, they took a huge gamble. But
I know Skin Art moved. They went from St. Clair
yes,
to Pottsville. Just going the 2 tattoo ones. Abaddon moved in, second
yes,
location in Pottsville. Pilgaroo, which is one of the breweries
yep,
it's on the main drag, they just moved there.
yep,
They will also have. So if you've experienced Yingling and you experience Miller Lite and you want to try a local craft brewery, you can go
right
up the street and stay and go inside the brewery and experience them. They have an Oktoberfest. I just went and tried a bunch of their beers yesterday. Pumpkin beer is really, really good. And I'm not even a big pumpkin beer fan, but they have a really good pumpkin beer on tap. But yeah, go support them. But like you're saying, like all these businesses coming in the area, it's super exciting.
yes. At the other end of town, they opened up a microbrewery there.
Yeah, Black Rock.
Black Rock. Bonnie Stein, she opened up Salon Bliss, which is on the corner.
Kendra opened up. What's Kendra's shop? Right by the. Oh my good, 205 Studio. Kendra Fulton. She right by the Wheel. There's another beauty salon just opened up during the pandemic. Yep.
Yep, they opened up. There is a secondhand shop that's on the main street there, right across from the old Greystone from the Park Hotel. They opened up. So yeah, there are things that are happening, and there are good things.
Yeah,
Like
Crimson expanded. Crimson House expanded, so they have 2 sides now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so much fun stuff in our town.
Yes, exactly. But it doesn't happen overnight, and that's what people don't understand. It takes a while. Somebody just bought the Thompson building, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Alvernia is moving in.
Yeah.
So
and I don't want to get too on the thing, but a lot of people complained about what was going to go in that building, and then it changed to something else. So if it changed, and you were part of the people who wanted to be a change, now support. That's where
exactly. And those students, they're going to bring money to the downtown, to the restaurants.
That's the biggest thing. Is just support your community, support people around you, support your small business. Some people don't even have buildings, and they want to, like a great example. I know I keep bringing back Pilgrim. It's a great success story for their brewery. Like they were making beers out of their garage, and then traveled all over the place and got better and learned their business and learned how to make better beers, and then started doing brew fests, and then their business went from literally making in her house to now owning a building in downtown Pottsville, which is super exciting. And that only comes from people supporting them from the bottom to where they are now.
Right.
Yep.
So we're getting there slowly, but surely.
Do you have any other events you can kind of maybe hint at a little bit that's coming up?
Not yet, because like I said, we're a small organization. So, and we have not a lot of members we're all business people. Our days start, like myself, my day starts early. Our members that are hairdressers, their days start early. Everybody's day starts early and runs late. So let's hope that this is a success, and let's hope we can do it again next year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to attend. I'm out of the area that weekend.
I am also.
I'm so bummed, but the rest of the Bang and Beers podcast team will be there hanging out, and a few people from the network will be there from the IwEP network hanging out and enjoying the festivities. If you are watching this, share this podcast out, share people, let it know on Facebook, Twitter. We're live on YouTube, Twitch. It's all over the place. Share it out. Let people know this event is happening. Word of mouth is literally the best way to do it, because advertisement costs a lot of money, especially getting your name out there. So it's really, really nice if people can just do that thing. Quick little Facebook lesson for people, all generations. Even if you're not going to something, if it's local, if you click interested, share or interested, it notifies your friends list that you're interested in an event, and it'll pop on their page, and they can make their determination if they're something they'd be into. So even just like not even just hit interested, alerts other people in your friend group to be like, oh, what is this event? And it's a great word of mouth, and you don't have to pay algorithms to make your thing show up more.
One other thing I want to add, Anthony. The library was nice enough to lend us tables. So we're going to have some high top tables set up. So you don't have to be walking around holding your beer, or having your friend hold your beer, and you're trying to take a bite of whatever you bought off of one of these awesome food vendors. So there'll be a couple tables set up. Also, we are going to have hand sanitizing stations around everywhere, so that's available. But yeah, it's going to be a great event. It really is.
Well, I'm very excited, and thank you so much for coming on. Anything else that you want to get out there, plug, thank?
Not that I can think of. Just come and have a good time.
Absolutely. Well, yes, please support. It is, once again, October 9th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. It will be following the Lager Jogger event. So if you're already in Pottsville, go explore. Go look around, explore things, things to do in School County, things to do in Pottsville. And like I said, great food trucks, great beer, great family activities for the kids and all ages. It's going to be a really fun time, live music. Go enjoy the first ever downtown Oktoberfest in Pottsville, Pennsylvania this year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Not a problem. We'll see you guys next time. It's going to be Matt Yatsena, Yeti. I love this kid. He was on the podcast before. Here's his latest song. Go support him. Just search Yeti on all streaming sites like Spotify. We'll see you next time.
Understand this paranoia. No one comprehends my anxiety. Every day I wish that I was normal, but they don't understand it. I wish I can give you more, but I don't got much left. So I slam another door and just wait on death. I'm losing this fight, the fight in me, and I think I found the one finally. I learned my lesson, I'm off the drugs now, but that don't change how it felt when I fell down. The past few years I've been burning these bridges. I ice my neck like the weather got frigid. Spending my time on the edge of reality, losing my mind like the rap on the follow me. Take you on a road down the darkest of fantasies, so I don't feel alone while I live through insanity. This paranoia, no one comprehends my anxiety. Every day I wish that I was normal, but they don't understand it. You don't understand this paranoia. No one comprehends my anxiety. Every day I wish that I was normal, but they don't understand it. I'll be known as Yeti, but for you I'll be Matthew. I was so fucked up, eating Xannies in classrooms. Mix it up with liquor till I black out in bathrooms. A $5 pill that I said is my value was almost the reason I can't sing you this song. My heart is freezing every single season long. I keep on dreaming of the time I'll belong, till I see the day I'm ride on my